if you are seeing this, if this video was brought to you, Source sent you here to me. Hi, I'm Angelica, and I am connecting to a galactic soul. In these readings, keep in mind they are transmissions of energy, transmissions of code, transmissions of light and information. So use your discernment, use your intuition, take what resonates, and leave the rest. Okay? Let's get into the reading. This galactic soul, okay, whoever you are, whoever I'm speaking to, you came here to bring galactic wisdom, galactic knowledge, and even galactic technology here to Earth. And I'm hearing to say, not the kind of reverse engineered technology that we already have. We're talking about source aligned technology. We're talking about biological technology. We're talking about crystal technology. We're talking about technology that we've been taught through programming and through watching media, movies, that it's just science fiction. No, this stuff is real. So whoever I'm talking to, you are a galactic soul. I want to say you already know this. Most of you already are going to know this. And at this time, you're being brought to, through the alignments and the stars, the celestial alignments, through your own architecting, pre-architecting, prior to this life, you're being brought by your own soul back to your galactic core, back to your galactic heritage at this time. It's time to awaken. This is the time of, a second awakening. You may have already awakened once, or maybe you were spiritually aware and awake your whole life. Take it as it resonates, but this is going to be a second. I hear the second coming, almost like the second coming of Christ. This awakening, the second awakening, the second coming. There's a parallel with Christ here, though, a parallel with Yeshua and his galactic origins. If you didn't know, Yeshua was from the stars. He was one of the original starseeds, is how this is coming through. So you, my dear, my friend, are the second coming of Christ. And that has many layers. I want you to feel into that. Because this transmission is, I can feel the undertones and the very subtle, nuanced energies, galactic frequencies that are wanting to reach you at this time. Okay? Here's the thing. You're being brought to your core, your galactic core, because it's time for you to make more open contact with the galactics. Now, your intentions need to be good. Your intentions need to be of a high vibration. Your intentions need to be of a higher frequency. Okay? You're talking about good intentions of connecting to the highest. Pialasana, Hamakoa'at, the highest galactics, the highest angelics, Kimatoasa, because galactics can have this angelic frequency as well. Kiamahoa hayala yamako umat hata. So you always want to oh, there's a couple of things I'm feeling in the field pop up. But before I get there, Source wants to bring in this aspect of alignment. It's really important that at this time that you're being brought to your galactic core, that okay, knowing that your intentions are good, because I'm talking to a pure soul, a pure spirit. I will say, I'm even hearing like some of you might have been considered naive by family and friends, okay? And that might have led to some lessons about being naive and just accepting and being so pure-hearted and, oh, everything's wonderful and everybody's wonderful, and they're not, okay? So I'm talking to you. This other aspect of fear is arising, of like, oh no, I can feel it. I can feel fear rising in the field. Oh no, am I going to see them? What are they going to look like? Are they going to be, This is going to be in your own timing and in ways that you can handle. It's going to be a progression. But I'm hearing that like now is the time. Your training starts now. Holy shit! That gave me chills. Wow, your training starts now. There's something about the Galactic Federation coming in, so you may resonate with having been on the Galactic Federation before in other lifetimes, or even now feeling a connection to the Galactic Federation, to the kind of governing body that oversees this universe. Kialawa. I want to say multiverse. Hasamihea kamatoa. Your intentions are pure. Hi, Kiamasa. The fear that's arising is coming from the fear of uncertainty. Oh no, what are they going to look like? You know, are just some random ass beings going to like roll up on me, and what am I going to do? Am I going to know what to do? Am I going to freeze? Am I going to freak out? Again, it's going to be all in your own timing and what you can easily digest and process at the time. However, I'm hearing to relay that this is going to be an accelerated time of contact, because if you're here, you probably resonate with the idea or the concept of being a starseed, a light worker, a cosmic soul, right? You came here to be a man on the inside, okay? And so the higher benevolent galactics are wanting to make contact with the ground crew. Wow, what in the world? What in the world is coming through right now? This is just what I'm hearing, so I'm relaying it. Know that your intentions are pure, your intentions are good. It's just about staying in a high frequency and only intending to connect with the highest, most benevolent beings. Trust yourself, trust your discernment. This is going to be an accelerated time where we are learning discernment. We're sharpening, actually not necessarily learning, but more sharpening and refining our discernment, especially when it comes to different beings in the multiverse, because we're coming up rapidly on a more globally collective contact, where it's going to be undeniable that there is galactic, we have a galactic heritage, we have galactic brothers and sisters. And not only do we have galactic brothers and sisters, and that we came from the stars, but also that there are many different types of beings. Not all of them have great intentions, and so it's important to become aware of these things. Not to run away, not to be scared, but to understand, but to want to sharpen our discernment, okay? So this is like the core of the reading right here, okay? There is open contact. You are a galactic soul. Your crew needs to start to communicate with you. Meditation, silence, nature. But don't expect this to happen in ways that are always comfortable. Nyasana Hoasa is part of your training at this point in the game. Things are progressing very rapidly, especially opening up our world as a galactic world. Many people are going to feel ungrounded, unsafe, scared. But if I'm talking to you, you're the one that seeks to understand, seeks to discern, and isn't scared of this, because you are a galactic soul. You are someone who heard the call when Earth sent out a distress signal. You are a soul that heard the call to come here to Earth, to help balance, put things back into balance, to bring new ways, new technology, new ways of being, new ways of relating, new ways of creating. It's time to create peace. War has been sold to you as something that is necessary, something that keeps you safe. But that is a falsehood. It's a program, it's a spell. And we are removing that now for those who may be watching who forgot this. War is not the answer. You must remember. And more than remember, it is your mission to stand up for this truth. Peace, harmony, connection, inclusion, that will heal the planet. And the feminine energy, the feminine principle is leading the way. It is not to put down or somehow bash the masculine, because that would be the same energy that the patriarchy and that toxic, that wounded masculine has done to the feminine for eons. We're not speaking of that. We are speaking in terms of balance, putting things back in order, back right. I'm even hearing righteous. Putting things back the way they were intended, before all the chaos, before all the havoc, before all the calamity, haka'amat, and shenanigans caused by the lower angelics, those that fell kikiamahoasata, because they were wanting to rebel against God. Come away. Now, we were talking about the masculine principle. Sitting here in the reading, kakayamot. Your inner masculine is looking to your inner feminine to lead the charge. However, that is going to require you to be alone, you to be in solitude. That doesn't necessarily mean all of the time. That doesn't even necessarily mean, like completely isolate yourself and put yourself in solitude. No, that's not what we're talking about here. We're speaking about you are needing some time because you're okay. All right. Okay. I'm actually being shown nervous systems, the nervous system. I'm not sure if this is the collective nervous system or if it's a sample. But what I'm being shown is the nervous system, and you calibrating to this higher truth, you calibrating to the correct frequencies in order to be able to hold open contact, and not just hold it, but be able to sit in that frequency and not lose yourself. This is going to take training. This is what your training is for, is what I'm hearing. This is part of the training. But you are going to need to take some alone time, because your masculine needs to recalibrate. It needs to relearn how to stabilize the nervous system. Interesting. Take it as it resonates, but this is what's coming through. So this is just how I'm relaying it. The masculine, because this is all energy. This is interesting. This is interesting because it's coming through as almost like we have two. Oh, interesting, because we have parasympathetic nervous system and sympathetic nervous system, right? The masculine, from what I'm hearing, the masculine is the overseer, the regulator, regulators of the parasympathetic nervous system. Take it as it resonates. This is what it's coming through. I don't know. Sometimes things come through and I'm like, wow, what am I saying? But that's what I'm hearing. You have, interesting. The way that it's being given to me is that you have two nervous systems, sympathetic and parasympathetic. Your masculine is in charge of this parasympathetic nervous system, and your internal masculine energy needs to be able to learn how to regulate that instead of going into, I'm hearing fits of rage, just fits, his own, like, it's almost like this solitude is going to help your masculine energy mature and be able to regulate the nervous system, whether that's parasympathetic or sympathetic. I hear it's parasympathetic, but again, I'm just the messenger. I have no idea. So that's what's coming over on this side of things. Now, you are also in a very big transition, okay? Part of this open contact, okay, in part, this open contact and this training that you're going through is actually part of the transition as you're transitioning into more, you've always been a galactic soul. You've never not been one, but it's more like your full expression, or your expression that you come, or that you embody each day. That is what's coming more online, is your embodiment of these frequencies, of your galactic heritage. I'm even hearing of your galactic inheritance, okay? So you are definitely in a transition, okay? This is about how can you embrace it? How can you create ease? How can you create peace? How can you move gracefully through this transition with the masculine kind of doing its thing and acting up, with this training that's going on, and also with this entire transformation of your complete mental landscape? Well, wow. How can you balance all of these things? Well, it may seem a little messy at first, and that's fine. Shit's messy. It's messy. We're humans. We're figuring out, we're remembering how to do this again. So it's going to be a little messy, but that's okay. That's part of the process. In the messiness is how we learn to balance. Okay? And in the messiness, that's how we learn how to be more graceful. That's how we learn how to give ourselves more grace. Be gentle with ourselves, be more receptive and open to just being softer, being more receptive, just in that feminine principle, and letting the feminine principle lead in her softness. Okay? Part of this mental transformation that's going on is your feminine that's been programmed to be suppressed, repressed. I don't want to lead. She's being liberated, and that can be scary at first. But part of this mental transformation is that your feminine is remembering her true role. She's the falsehoods, the lies, the programming, the spells are dissolving at this time. Partly because of your galactic family, your galactic family is helping with this. There's Sirians, there's Sirians here. So there's Sirians, there's Lyrans, it's Pleiadians over here. There's a lot of Sirian and Lyran frequencies and souls watching this video right now. In this transition, Here's the thing. This transition is going to happen no matter what, whether you are resistant to it or whether you are surrendering to it, okay? Because literally it is a force that's taking you, whether you want to or not, because this is what your soul chose. I'm hearing that I'm coming here as a reminder to you that, like, this is what your soul chose. So whatever you can do to get your human on board with the things, whether it's making a plan, whether it's doing the thing, whatever it is, whatever you can do for your human to get your human on board, for it to feel safe, for it to feel supported at this time, for it to accept that, hey, this is the transition we're in, and we're just going to surrender. Whatever you can do to surrender to that process, we are suggesting that. We are suggesting that as take it or leave it. But you're going there anyway. It's literally destiny. This is coming through as destiny. This is a 106. 1 plus 6 is 7. Divinely orchestrated. And when I was asking, because this kind of like threw me a little bit at first, when I asked for clarifiers for this this energy that's on this what are we on the right side over here? I got the 6 of Wands and the 7 of Wands, right? To me, this says liberation, right? This is liberation. Wands are mental space, mental transformation. It's saying mental liberation to me. It's saying like liberation on many levels to me, to be honest. And this one is saying defend, protect your transformation, your transition, the things that you've got going on, whatever you might be, whatever project or whatever you might be working on. It says protect that at all costs. Protect your peace at all costs, whatever. Let me see, 1 second. The internal processes, the internal transformation, the internal transitions need to have space. They need to be protected by you. We would suggest this can be done through boundaries, protecting at all costs this precious transformational time that you're in, because it is a window of vast manifestation and synchronous co-creation with not just your soul family here on earth, but also your galactic family that are in the stars, that are waiting for you to come online to a certain extent so that they can begin to have one-on-one interface. They want to interface with you. And I'm hearing, don't be surprised that if after you watch this, you have a visitation. It could be like, it could be like a daydream. It could be like you can meet them in the dream space, or it could be a full on, you know, interactive experience. These, you got to understand, the veil isn't there anymore. There's no more veil. There's no more quarantine over Earth. And there are beings on this planet that want to provoke more war, provoke more fear, create continuing to create low timelines. You are not here to give your focus to that. You are here to be, I'm hearing, the antithesis to that. You are here to be the opposite. You are here to be the opposite so that you can bring balance through your embodiment, through your creations, through your expression of your own galactic DNA coming online right now. That DNA starts unlocking, and it unlocks certain gifts. It unlocks certain things. It's time to remember. Okay? It's time. Wow. I'm hearing it's time to start your mission. Not that you haven't already been on your mission, but like this feels like some kind of significant demarcation line of like this. Like if you look back in a couple of years, you can be like, that is when things started happening. That's when things started really accelerating me to my best life. Those good intentions, that's also for your life. Living a good life. You are here to live a very good life. But you may have experienced previously the opposite. You have experienced all of that, dear one, so that you can bring balance at this time. You can bring healing. You can bring insights. You can bring your experience that will help others heal, wake up, that will activate others in ways that you can't even fucking fathom. So I'm talking to a galactic soul. Let me know in the comments if this is you. I'm talking to a galactic soul that things are about to get real. And you've been doing the work, okay? You've been doing the work. And it shows, and that's why you're being almost fast-tracked. Like, come on, let's go. But this is going to... Remember, this is training. Or at least this is how it's coming through to me. I'm hearing like, you got to remember this is training. So like, when you train, right? Like just as if you were in the gym, you do your reps. Okay? So it's going to take some reps for you to kind of get the hang of having more open contact, especially if it brings up fear in you. These deep-seated fears are, well, there's a lot of reasons they're there. Some of them are programs, but some of them are, those programs were there, installed to keep us safe for a certain amount of time. So to get us to this time on Earth right now, when we're, when Earth no longer has these quarantine on it, so there's a lot of galactic attention here. And again, I said, not everybody has good intentions. There are as many people as, you know, like, not just as not all humans have great intentions. They might have their own agendas, right? It's the same thing. Like, it's the same thing, but sometimes even beyond what we could even fathom. This Earth is becoming, not becoming, because it already has been. Earth is meant to be a hub for many, many, many beings. It's time to remember this. It's meant to be a paradise, an oasis for many beings. Peacefully, harmoniously, living, co-creating. Kahia mata, the loa. Yana, in balance with each other, in harmony with each other. Kehana. So your training will start post haste. Oh my God, this is so crazy. But they're saying, do not be, again, it's not to create fear, but there are certain fears that this needs to bring up so that they can be released from your system, so that you're not, like if you're someone that's like, if you're highly sensitive or an empathic and you like feel the energies come in, you're like, wait, whoa, what is this? And you kind of go into vigilance and almost like that fight or flight starts kicking in. This is what the training is for. Because the more reps you do, your nervous system is calibrating and ready for more. You are mutating, my friend, into the next version of the human. Kehana. You are not a human like humans have been. You are a different breed. Okay? You are a different breed. You are not human. That is why you've never fit in. I just want you to let that land. This is why you've never fit in, because you're not human. You're in a human suit. You're not fully human. DNA-wise, you have a lot of galactic DNA. Yasana. Because I'm talking to a galactic soul, a star seed, someone who heard the call, the distress signal from Earth, and said, I'm going to go help. I'm going to go forget all that I am, and I'm going to go help. I'm going to be the ground crew. You are the ground crew. Your, I don't know what you said, I don't know, your elevated crew, your crew that is, yeah, up in the skies, but they can also be around you, just on a different frequency. Your galactic family needs to get a hold of you personally. And I am here as an intermediary, as a bridge, to help you understand it's going to be okay. Remember your intentions. Set your intentions. Set your vibration. Say, you are the commander. You are the sovereign being. Okay? You say what goes. You say what you are connecting to. It's going to be a process. I can feel it in the field. It's going to be a process. But know that this is time. Okay? It's time for you to begin to connect to your galactic heritage, your galactic roots, and your family more intentionally, more consciously. Because up until now, it's been mostly sleep, like dream time, because that's how you could like process it and it wouldn't be too jarring for you. Yeah. Now it's the next step, the next phase. Now the training gets kicked up a notch because the powers that were are going to, they've been trying, pulling out all the stops, right? War this, war that, let's create fear, let's do this. Fuck that bullshit. Fuck that narrative. No. Your focus is your power. And by relinquishing your focus from that narrative, from those timelines, they cannot create without your permission, that they cannot create without your focus, that they cannot create without your fear. When you relinquish that they ain't got no power. And they know this. We outnumber them. That's why they're trying to rein everybody in with fear. Fear of this, for your galactic family. I need you to hear this now, because this is a very serious message coming through. Your galactic family is around, surrounding the planet. They are watching. They are watching everyone. All of these powers that they are watching them closely. They will not let any kind of cataclysmic event or war happen. Anything that's like this big, no. Actually, how I've heard it described is that it's time for the parents to come in and interject and say, no. I've actually heard, this is from Elizabeth April. This is where I heard this from. If you know, go check her out. She's awesome. But this is where I heard this from. And I'm not saying it word for word, but it's just like the galactic overseers, like the Galactic Federation, they have spoken to these individuals. They have told them, hey, it's time to either reveal yourself or we will do this for you. Shit's going to hit the fan. People are going to be scared. We need you to start your training so that you can hold the frequency of balanced, integrated love, an open heart that's also discerning, to help others into that coherence, to support coherence. So you're kind of going ahead of others in a way, in a sense, in order to do this first, even though like other people have already done it. They're holding that frequency for more of us and more of us and more of us to hold the frequency of open contact without losing our shit. Because here's the thing, and Source, please help me to articulate this so that whoever's watching can understand this. When we are presented, or when a higher dimensional being, and let's just say a benevolent being, let's say an angel, comes into your presence, it is going to trigger all of the darkness, all of the shadow, all of the unconsciousness up to the surface. And if you're in that fight or flight, if that's being brought up within you, that brings up fight or flight. Okay? If you're in fight or flight, you can't be present enough to discern what you're actually in the presence of. If you're in fight or flight, you can't actually have a conversation, a grounded conversation, and start to discern what this energy is. Okay? At the same time, this is where it can get a little sticky, is that when, let's say, a reptilian comes into your presence, they can just spark all kinds of fear, right? This is why it's important for you to be able to discern, to have this training so that you can discern and hold the energy and you're not losing your shit, even if it's a fucking reptilian and like they're doing everything they can to be intimidating to you. This is going to be next level training, is what I'm hearing. Wow. But this is why your training is necessary, because you need to be able to discern in your body and not just fly out of your body and be like, oh my God, I don't know what's happening. Is this a fucking angel? Is this a reptilian? Do I trust it? Do I not? You have to be present. Part of your training is refining your discernment and refining your ability to hold these interactions with a discerning heart, with a discerning mind and eye, and also as a sovereign being, as a sovereign human. Because you and your galactic family have work to do, have technology to bring down for some of you, have inspiration, ideas of how to create more harmony, create more peace, so that we can actually live in synergy and harmony with our planet, with our mothership, rather than destroying it. Humans are not the virus. We've been taught and programmed to act as such. Because the only thing that's different between a virus and like a hive mind, like let's just say like a hive mind, but like the difference between a high vibrational octave, a high octave expression of that and a low octave expression of that is, I'm hearing the heart. Also your intention. We've been programmed into greed, into complacency, is what I'm hearing, into a life that is full of comforts, but that have also taken certain skills away because we have these comforts. But it's also taught us like, oh, this instant gratification is coming through. Like, I need this, I need this, I just need to be comfortable right now. We have a new mission. This was always in the plans, but unbeknownst to our human, it is now time to be more receptive to our galactic family, because those are the ones that are wanting to support us and help us, help ourselves and empower ourselves to turn this shit around. They are not going to do it for us. They will help us, but only if we help ourselves first. Okay, I'm feeling like that's it. I'm feeling like, okay, you got the talking points across. I didn't even know that there were. Is there anything else? There is a transmission from the Galactics. Your galactic family. So if you would like to receive this transmission, just stay here and intend to receive. If you don't, please click off, because this is not for you. Layama waya. Yakamatama waya. It's time to open your hearts, Kiamata, and see with your hearts, Lahama, and discern with your hearts, Kiamataata. Ti tomat lekamawe, to those who are mahiala hearing this, Kianata, Kiamat mai. Ayala, we are with you, Hala, Kianata, and Umahak. We desire more contact, more communication, more open interrelating with you at this time. Kikiama what? Yeah, it is part of the activation, halaki hamat amako, coming with this transmission. Kikianata. Bahayalamawa, your nervous systems are calibrating Aikianata to this new Kiama frequency. Ka'at Kianata Yama wa. You have asked for this, dear soul. You have asked for your family. You have asked for those like you. You have asked to remember. You have asked to have support. So why, when it comes to your door and meets you and greets you, why would you be afraid of your own family? We understand that there is amnesia that you have taken on, Yamataka. However, the limiting bandwidth of amnesia can be dissolved in an instant, Ka'ama, with the intention to Ko'umaya, to see Ela'amata. Also, please understand, we respect your process, Mako. And we will not force this on those who do not want it or are not ready. You must intend, Hana, Koma, Alhaya, to connect with your family, Kaya, your high vibrational galactic family from the stars, Kiamawa, that are here, Ale, right beside you, ready to communicate, ready to disseminate information, ready to help you, ready to support you. Aikiamahuat. It is you who we are assessing the intentions of and the readiness, the willingness of. Remember, we can see your heart, dear one. We can see when it closes, when it opens, when it's in resonance, when it's in coherence. Hayalama. We are not here to scare you, Ka'ana. Eleamo. Tauma. We are here to support you in your ascension. We have been through this many times, and we are excited for you to finally join us among the stars. So excited. We love you. We are waiting patiently. Hikiahasa leya maua haya saama Sa'am. Sa'a. For those of you who felt that, holy cow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I am going to leave that there. Please feel into this. You know, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If this brings up fear in you, I would definitely encourage you to go into that. Understand it, understand the fear. Because when we bring understanding, we are literally bringing light to that which is dark. We are literally flicking on a light so that we can see clearly what's in the dark. The boogeyman that's in the dark. Because sometimes, a lot of times, what we'll find is that we were programmed to think a certain way and to act a certain way. Well, why? So we don't go look. So we're too scared to ask questions. I need you to be fearless in this Aries crazy energy. All of the planets in Aries right now, I need you to be courageous and allow yourself to transform. And allow yourself to understand maybe that which brings up fear. Because that's literally shining a light on the boogeyman. When you shine a light on the boogeyman and you start to understand the boogeyman, you can start to have compassion for the boogeyman and why the boogeyman is the way the boogeyman is. When you have compassion, you can have love. And when you can love that, they are no threat to you. When you are in your heart and in your love, they don't want anything to fucking do with you because you're offering love. They don't want that shit. You are a powerful galactic soul, and we need your fucking magic here at this time. That is what this training is here to do and here to open. It's here to open more of your magic, more of your understanding, and more of your remembrance of your galactic heritage, of your galactic connections. Wow. It's safe to connect. It's safe. Comment down below if this is you. And feel free to comment what it brought up, if anything. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Maybe describe your experience with this transmission. Yeah, but I'm gonna leave this here. I love you so much. You're amazing. You got this. Let me just tell you, you're safe and you got this. If you're a galactic soul and you're watching this, you wouldn't be brought to this just to be like tricked. Okay? There's somebody that needs to hear that. You wouldn't be brought to this just to be tricked. And even if you're a sovereign being, you can say, oh, nope, that's not me. That's not mine. Nope. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for helping me discern more. Thank you for helping me see. Thank you for helping me refine my discernment. Next. Allow yourself to process. And then next. But you got this. I promise. I love you. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.